begin today's session, I would request everyone to put their mobile phones on mute or silent mode. Our customers' voices and opinions matter. And just as Sir said, just to reiterate, there is a feedback form. So I would request everyone to please fill the feedback form. It is very important. Without taking much time, we would invite our guest on stage, our keynote speaker, Mr. Shreyans Dholakia, entrepreneur, brand custodian, Sri Ramakrishna Exports Private Limited, SRK. Shreyans Dholakia is the brand custodian and director of marketing and information technology, departments of Sri Ramakrishna Exports Private Limited, one of the leading companies in the diamond industry. He is second generation dynamic entrepreneur managing the family business. He holds a master degree in business administration from Regent's University, London. Mr. Dholakia is responsible for the company's overall brand development and strategic planning. His interest in brand management and information technology and his contributions to the practice of artificial intelligence for providing best customer experience has fulfilled the growth of SRK over the last decade. His vision and goal are to make SRK a leading pioneer in technology and be amongst the first to embrace at least theories in technological world. Just like his father, Shri Govindbhai Dholakia, Shreyans believes in supporting the development of the community and upholding the best possible people's practices. His initiatives have helped sustain the family culture, ensuring a valuable and strong work culture that SRK is very well known for. We have a small documentary, before we call Mr. Dholakia on stage, we have a small documentary of what SRK does. So we'll just run through the documentary first, then we can have Sir on stage, please.
बालोऽहं जगदानंद नमे बाला सरस्वती अपूर्णे पंचमे वर्षे वर्णयामि जगत्त्रयम्. Namaste. Good evening. So to nahi gaya na? I'm not sleeping, right? It was a long video. Even I felt the same. And while I came on the stage, there were some firecrackers welcoming me. Thank you. Thank you very much, Axis Bank, DNB, for having me be part of this event today, which is having a superb crowd of very charming delegate, new entrepreneurs, some old, some experienced, but all in a very leading position today with a lot of opportunities in future. So we are rightly placed with the event today, which is evolve, that we have to evolve from here. It's like all about Indian MSMEs with the shifting gears. Let us begin with, can you all help me in reciting this slok along with me? Yeah? Let's start. Samani va akrutiha samana hridayani va samana mastu vomana yavaha sushasati. I asked you to recite all together because it's all about ekta. It's all about unity with our joint purpose, unity in our feelings, our heartfulness, and together we can do a lot. So we are all here to shift our gears, right? Yes? Shift gears from where we are. And definitely to shift gear, we all need to first start the engine. So let's start. And as we start, what is MSME stand for? Of course, you are all part of the same group, and Sir would say from the Axis Bank, Vijay sir, that MSME stands for micro, small, medium enterprises. But to me, MSME would be making India smart, magnificent, and entrepreneurial. Now, as through the journey we go, I will tell you a lot of things, but when I see this crowd here, I'm like, you can all go through Google. How many use Google, by the way, to search anything? That's what. So you can definitely go on Google and type management tactics, how to do business, fundamentals of business, fundamentals of financing, manufacturing, technology and manufacturing. So I don't think I'm capable enough to compete with Google. So let's not go there and teach you all the theories and basics. And also time is running out. It's almost time for dinner. So I will go through my story. That's what I know best. So I come from Surat, and Surat is a city which is welcoming everyone. It is a city of migrants. How many are local Surtis here? And how many are non-Surtis here? So see the number. So we all speak about ourselves. I mean, Surat has welcomed all of us so that we can do business here. So that's what the city is all about. Similarly, in 1901, there was a businessman who bought a ship full of diamond cutters from Eastern Africa, and he brought the ship to India. And that's how the diamond industry in Surat was established. It was very small, and later in 1960s is when the diamond industry started to flourish in Surat. And exactly that's when, like, we are lucky, we are originally farmers, and my all from grandfather to everyone was a farmer in Gujarat. In 1964, at the age of 13, my father, we saw in the video, he came to Surat and he just tried in diamonds. I mean, there was no other scope, and we had a reference in diamonds. So that's how he started in diamond. When he came, he was barefoot from Surat, and he came in train, and that's how we learned 6 years in diamond cutting and polishing. And later, with few friends that he was cutting and polishing diamonds, he started a company in 1970, and that's when our roots established in diamond industry, and since then there is no looking back. When my father came to Surat, that time in the industry there were only 200 diamond cutters, and probably today if we see Surat, we have 6,000 MSME in that sector, if we say in the diamond industry, and today we are doing about 18 billion of US dollar, 18 billion of total production. Glimpses of what Surat is today. And the last picture that I brought up was the world's largest commercial building that is coming up is in Surat. It is even bigger than Pentagon. It's 6.6 million square feet only for diamonds. Growth industry, I mean, yeah, in 1964, when we started, the industry was just 10 million. Now it's here. Ratna Kalakars, as we all know, someone call it Karigars, I mean in Gujarati, but yeah, Ratna Kalakar, it's Ratna, diamond, and Kala behind it, the art of crafting diamonds. 95% of diamonds, so that is 10 out of 11 diamonds are cut and polished in Surat alone. So imagine you pick any 11 diamonds in the world, 10 are from Surat by shore. Pick up any industry in the world which has so much share in production across the world. It's only diamonds. So Ratna Kalakars have played a very important role in making diamond industry what it is today. And all our efforts to treat them as Kalakars is what here is. I will relate many things with all these practices that we do. And with the evolving time, in last 60 years, the Kalakars, the Ratna Kalakars have grown themselves, adjusting and accommodating themselves with all the latest technology in manufacturing or in sales and other practices. So my father, I used to, when I was child, like since I could understand 8-10 years, I was going to office regularly with my father, doing nothing but just sitting there, see him work, see him talk to many people around him. So what I learned is all the business practices is how a family business runs from one generation to another is usually learned like this. How to talk to people, how to treat people, what kind of reply to give, how do you manage things, and what kind of decisions you take when there is some problem. So this is what was routine practices that we used to do. And as I see the family that I was saying earlier, today we are about 6,000 family members and shouldering all that efforts, all that responsibility today I feel that responsibility because I have seen this family grow from a small family. So in our industry there is a saying कि जो एक बार आपने बोल दिया जुबान दे दी तो उसकी वैल्यू मेरी लाइफ से भी ज़्यादा है. तो that is the industry we are talking. It's all about honesty, transparency, and value for words, integrity in everything that we do. Leading you all to the next part is technology. So as I was growing, my father always had this instinct of technology. I still remember when I was 10 years old and we were in village. He brought a video camera. So he used to keep himself, because he has that liking for camera, and he bought that camera from Belgium, which that time was worth, I guess, 1 lakh rupees. It was a big, just like this, a huge handycam. And it was like, since that day, I was started to learn how to embrace new technology and why to invest in new technology. This was a particular lesson which he did not taught me by making me sit in a class that technology is important, you must be the first to embrace it. It was by practice that he told all of us that this is the way you go. And probably today I'm handling technology part and marketing in the companies because we kept learning like this. So be it technology in diamond crafting, be it technology in diamond sales, or even though how we manage people, everywhere technology is super important and how much we invest behind technology. So when we see the journey, our website, of course, I was part of, since I was doing my college, I had a free time, so I used to go to office in Mumbai, and I was learning. I had a beautiful course. The college now got shut, so but they offered me a very good course where they taught me 108 subjects. In that, one subject was technology, and I was doing masters in marketing. So both the things combined, and that's when the need of going online was there in 2008. And while I was going to office, I played that free time. I invested in helping team to develop website, what things should go in, how to do it, all the language and things like that. We didn't know that where we were going, but it was the need. We saw that this will be the future. So we did online, and in 2008 we had maybe 7% of our sales online, and today it's about 95% sales online out of 1.8 billion sales that we do annually. So it's not just number of percentage, but even value terms, if you see, it is rising a lot. If you see, today we have about 30,000 stones listed online. And when I tell you 30,000, those who are not familiar with diamond, when you see any other e-commerce website, one product, you do one photo shoot, and you can have thousands of items online. When it comes to diamonds, every diamond is unique. Every diamond images are different, and it's not like any other industry. Diamond industry, the manufacturers, the diamond crafters bear all the expenses of imaginary. So be it photo, video, other technologies involved with, so all that we have to do for individual stones. So that's why 30,000 diamonds is very important in our industry. And to have an e-commerce site, technology, to handle this huge database with 2 seconds of lead time from across the world to access the website. All this is technology part, but what important is to serve our customers. How did we build our online journey is through asking our customers. So for us, customers are our consultants. We have not gone to any consultants to ask us how should we take the online journey, what should be our next feature, what new development we should do. We take regular feedback. So in a year, even today, I take more than 20 to 30 trips across the world to meet more than 700, 800 customers personally to understand from them what is their problem. We don't talk business even if I'm in his office in New York, we don't talk business. We talk about suggestions, what he wants more from us. Because today our prices are fixed, our systems are fixed. So we cannot change all that. But what we can change is what better service can we give. So it can be photos, videos. So understanding customers' need, it is a phenomenon in marketing or in management. But to do it in practice is very important. Talking about layout. So another suggestion, this was in 2011 when we were talking to customers and asking what exactly you do with buying diamonds. How do you buy diamonds? So customer told us that I usually go to your website, I look for similar stones, I match it, I draw it on a paper, and usually what people do of diamonds, it's either they make earrings, they make a hand ring, or there is a necklace that goes behind. So these are the implications of diamond usage. So when our customers are buying, we are into B2B business. So when our customers are buying from us, they are making jewelry out of it. So we said, how can we build a tool where our customers don't have to spend time drawing it on a paper and then matching it with the inventory of buying every single stone. So this was combining customers' feedback with technology and providing them a solution, and that's how we launched Design Canvas, our tool, in 2011. And today we have 300 plus ready diamond layouts. So this is like any customers who want to buy a bracelet. Initial days it's like there is a 27 stones in one bracelet. So probably he will not find all stones from one company. So imagine you have to buy 5 stones and all stones are different. They are not similar. So all 5 stones they have to buy from one company 5, another company 5. Like that if they go and buy, they will not be able to match it. That's not the quality. So now we do all that and give them ready. So this is additional services that we offer. And it's all because of customers' suggestions they're asking from us. This is a picture itself explains that technology is playing very important role, whereas there is humans and then there is your digital footprints, your digital persona. So when in 2008 we went online and we are asking customers to buy diamonds online, they are like, I cannot buy diamonds online. I need to see it, I need to feel it. There's a lot of natural things behind it. I just cannot look at the screen and decide that I want to buy diamonds. And that journey, always asking why you're not buying online, why you're not buying online, helped us to make our information technology smarter and also the logics that goes behind it in the system overall. So technology is definitely a huge journey. How much do you invest in technology matters a lot. Today, when we are especially in the MSME sectors or in any growing company, I would say any diamond company per se, they have no budget for IT, to be frank. You might at this stage have a budget for marketing. You might have a budget for technology in your production. But do you have a budget for IT? Anyone has a budget for IT here? Have you calculated? Thank you. We have 2 companies here. So across the world, earlier people used to say that you need to invest 10% of your profits in marketing. So when you invest 10% of your incomes in marketing, I would say you invest 15% in technology of your profits. Because your technology investment, whether it's e-commerce or it can be any other, goes behind in making your efforts more efficient, you become more productive, and with less number of people, you can do much more. So I would say that it's not that we go unemployment. Since 2008, if I remember, we had 4,000 people and then we increased up to 6,000. And day by day, because of their age and people want to, we have a 0.4% attrition rate. It is very minimal. We want some of them to leave, but because our culture is not allowing them to leave. So that can become a problem one day. But when we have 5,000 people 10 years back also and today also. Why same number of people? Because we did not reduce number of people, but with the help of technology, what we say is we build our capacity. That time our business was under 200 million and today it's almost close to 2 billion. So 10 times business with same amount of people. So that's where technology will play important role and that will help you to stay ahead. Now, marketing and technology goes hand in hand. So initially it was marketing, separate topic, then came IT, which was second separate topic. Now the world is going where both are combining together. So it is hand in hand where you invest in technology and that will give you mileage in marketing. This is by Gartner, where digital channels across it's a full customer journey. And I would suggest that everyone should map their customer journey. What is customer journey? Is the touch points of customers. When does your customer touch you? Whether it's your marketing, whether it's your advertisement, your online presence, social media presence. Then is it coming to your office? Is it coming to your website? How are you servicing it? Do you have a sales channel, a sales team in the field or in office? If you have a customer service journey mapping, you can then rectify it, evolve it and make it better every time. MSME industry has created 9.3 million jobs just in 1 year. So that is 93 lakh jobs. Now when we are employing so much people, I would say it is also a huge responsibility on our side. I would like to ask another question. How many of us are actively involved in charity work through our company? Please raise hand properly because this is very proud moment. Thank you. So why I'm asking this is because when I say that we have 0.4% attrition rate, it means that charity begins at home. So it's not charity for others. It's always, when you're doing charity outside, you must be doing it inside for your people. So as far as I remember, my father started his active involvement in giving back to society was, that time I think our turnover was in between of 20-25 crore. So it is not about how much you are earning and how much you should give. It's always about the percentage. He has always kept 10% aside for the charity work. And that's why over the period we have built that huge mountain that we can give back to society. And with this increasing number of people that we are employing in our industry just in 1 year, and totally MSME sector in India is employing about 12 crore people. So 12 crore people, 40% of the share in GDP, and you know, that's where the responsibility of the entire crowd is. So that's why I'm bringing up this topic with you. There are United Nations has laid down sustainable development goals, and 8 number of the goal is for the MSME sector, where it is about people, it's about investing in people, giving back to society. These are all the numbers that you see from the SDGs are all where SRK is part of it. There are 17 goals laid down by United Nations, and I'm very proud to say that SRK is aligned with 14 of them. So we are 3 yet to go, but 14 we are aligned with, and maybe by 2025 we'll be aligning with the rest of the 3. This is where the world is going. So this is what our beyond, we also saw in the video, And I'm not sure if you're following news that recently during the Diwali bonuses, our company gave as a bonus, we gave 1,000 solar, rooftop solars to 1,000 people. So, thank you. It is not to boast about ourselves, but just to combine sustainable development goals, the energy goals that India has set. So that's why solar and practicing the beyond diamond things, starting with our home itself. So giving to our people and all the rest of the activities that you see. Our company is highly complied with all the international laws. So why again I'm talking about this topic is, when we are in a growing phase of our company, what we matter more is just doing business every day. We don't invest our time in making our business right. कैसे भी business को आने दो, हमको करना है. But that is not always the right approach. Of course, in your initial phase, when the child is born, there are no rules attached to it. But when the child turns 5, 7 years, the parent puts some rules to him that you must not shout. But you will not say this to a 2-year child because he or she would not understand. But when a child turns 12, you want him to be more disciplined. When the child turns 15, you want to be more disciplined. Similarly, in a business, when we are just starting, 1, 2 steps, micro, small, you're still growing, no discipline is required. But as you go from small to medium and medium to large, that's when you have to align more towards the government practices, more towards what the best discipline practices that government has said. And that's why we want to stay ahead of what industry is asking from us. So if you look at ISO 9000 is what usually everyone has heard of with its quality management. But we have gone ahead with energy efficiency, with power consumption, with even though our kitchen, because since last 25 years, we have been providing food, like even though before free meal concept came, we are providing food that was for the efficiency of our people. Because usually in diamond industry, if you see, people used to go take a 2 hours break during the day. So by 12 they used to go, by 2 they used to come back. So there was a efficiency lost in between, production loss. So to bridge this gap, we said let's start free lunch at our place itself. And today that kitchen is serving all 6,000 people every lunch meal when the office is working, and that kitchen is also ISO certified. So thank you. So that's far how we have gone in compliance. Nobody has asked us to do, but we want that everything should be disciplined. What diamond industry today is, of course, I will also share this with you. But if you want to take a virtual tour of a factory, you can scan this QR code. And while bringing up this slide here, I want to combine few things. It's because when you scan this, I'm trying to say there is some technology involved in it. And when you will see this video, you will understand it's technology plus the marketing concept that we are using. We have made this in 2017 because we are going to many customers, as I mentioned, across the world, and we tell them that we have built a very nice crafting unit in Surat, please come and visit. And he was like, what is Surat? Where is Surat? It's too far, I don't want to travel. And we are like, we have built such a good infrastructure, we want to show you how we do it, our best practices. So that's when we thought of this technology. It was very new in 2007, where we shot the entire crafting unit into a virtual reality, and we carried those VR glasses to everywhere across the world and brought the factory to their doorstep. So this is mix of marketing and technology that you can do, which we have already practiced. Straight roads are for fast cars and turns are for fast drivers. What does it mean? That with the best company, very standardized, all rules set, You can simply go fast when everything is disciplined, where you have built everything. But life is not like it. I mean, you find no roads too straight, especially in India. And in India, we don't have straight roads, we don't have plain roads, we have bumpy roads. And both are good for our nature. I guess my father always says, problem is progress. So when there is a speed breaker, there's a decision that you have to take. When there is a pothole on the road, you have to take a decision. And as many more decisions you take, you become more mature in that particular field or in that direction. So, of course, there are no straight roads and there are always turns. So, it all depends on the drivers, the leaders, how do you perform. If we talk about COVID, very recent, we all were locked down for more than 2-3 months and we all were part of it. But because our online system was built from the day 2008 and it was already matured enough to, because it was already handling 75% of our business through online channel. It was B2B online channel. And when the lockdown hit entire India and few parts of the world as well, we were all sitting home. So no physical diamonds could be sold. And if we go back to the phenomenon that I cannot buy diamond, without physical inspection, in that case, we would have sold 0 stones. But here, the situation with us, with God's grace, it was very different. We had pending orders to be delivered and our systems were not working. So we were every day thinking and waiting, how do we ship goods? Because the way we were locked down, there were pending payments to be made to our suppliers. There were few customers who were buying diamonds and ready to pay us money. So that money could easily be routed to the suppliers. But if we ship goods, only then we can get the money and then we can pay. So we were waiting for the right moment, and on 26th of April 2020, that's when government said customs can work now, so exports can happen. And we were like, okay, we have pending orders, what we can do? We spoke to all our vendors, the supplier guys who pick our parcels, and we thought of an idea that the customs in Mumbai, because there are many custom houses across India, but only 3 of them handles the precious, high value diamonds. Not everyone is allowed. So one is Mumbai, one is Chennai, and in Surat. So Mumbai customs is inside our diamond bourse, and that was not operational at that time. So we said that can we get into our office? So we took special permissions for 7 people to get into office, process those orders, pack them, and ship out to the shipping company, the logistic company. We chartered a flight from Mumbai to Surat. The flight just came. It was a normal flight that we take, but without passengers. So we chartered a flight. We brought goods to Surat, got the customs clearance in Surat custom house, and again took the flight back to Mumbai, and the same night the goods went to Hong Kong. Now, this seems easy, but it was the first, cutting the ice, breaking the ice, I would say. So a lot of negative and positive feedbacks that we got out of it, that how can only one company do it? You did it, no one told us. And we are like, you should appreciate this moment. The best thing was that there are many turns in our life. How do you navigate through those turns? What solutions do you find? So there's always solution to a problem. It's good, all leaders should be a problem solver rather than managing daily things. So if you become a problem solver, every day, you would have heard all the leaders are always free, they are not busy. Because all busy leaders are always managing daily things, which is not required for a leader. I guess all across the room, people who are sitting here are all leaders managing their companies. And if you are very much busy, think again, because you need to be free to solve your problems. People's problem, your departmental problems. When they come to you, give them a solution. That's what they need from you. Otherwise, they would have never come to you. So give them a room that they can come. With this, I just thought came in my mind that when the lockdown hit, and again going back to how do we help our people, our team members. So when lockdown hit and we were all sitting at home on 14th or 15th of March, 23rd or 24th of March. So my father suddenly said that I want to share my WhatsApp number with all 6,000 people that we have. And we were all in shock that, I mean, we cannot share your number directly with all 6,000 people. There can be many misuse. You might be getting calls midnight. People might be just doing time pass. He said, no, I will handle it. If it's more, I'll change my number. But let me do it. And I'm very happy to share that my decision was wrong that I said no to him because we shared his number to all our people and they did not misuse it. That was first thing. Second, when they called, it was all emergency calls. And we had a system where we had in-house doctors. So whenever there was any COVID cases within the family, they used to call the doctors first, get the first remedy. And when the case used to get serious, only then my father used to get a message or call. So when you are so much approachable by your people, that's when they want to do more for you. And that's when they don't leave you. And that's when you have a 0.4% attrition rate. And that's why I said, be free, because when my father shared number with 6,000 people, of course he was not free. He had a lot of other things to do, but he still did this. So that's what leaders do. And as all MSME gathering is here, as a business, what should we do? We are very fortunate that we are all sitting in a time when India is having run centrally by a great leadership. At the center, we have a leadership which has very much focus of what they are doing. They are very much forward thinking and they are building India for the next 100 years, I would say. And that pillars are being done now. Thank you. We don't need to clap because we all have voted last week and we all know the results. So we all trust what I'm saying. Without even taking names, we know what I'm talking about. So when a business wants to grow, first it has to align with its industry, practice all that is best in the industry, practice all that the industry wants, and the second is you align with your nation, especially when your nation and your government is so much futuristic. Imagine Digital India being brought in 2014-15 as soon as he was in the leadership. If Digital India would not have been in place, today we would have not become the size of internet users in India with more than the population of Europe. Can you imagine? The entire Europe's population is less than the internet users in India. And combining just the population of Europe, even less than that are phone users in India. So it is a huge number of what government has played. I mean, so Digital India is just one part. Through Digital India, we all know how we steered last 3 years. Then there was opening up bank accounts, the fund transfers, Make in India. So when you align yourself, now, I mean, we are all in a space where we can definitely align with Atmanirbhar Bharat. So the government is also helping in all these fields. So I think we must be aligning ourselves with government, and that will give you a flow that you need. SRK's vision and goal, I mean, for next coming few years would be, if you look at, it's to be industry's leader. Sustainable diamond crafting we need to have, and we already committed for net zero carbon emissions by 2024. So when I'm saying this is SRK's vision, we are aligning ourselves with the government's, what I'm telling you, with the government's vision. We are also aligning ourselves with what the United Nations wants. And we are also aligning with what industry wants. So these three parts I am putting up here. Industry leadership is not that just by value or volume and production. Industry leadership in true sense is that we lead the industry towards something betterment for the next few years. When we committed that SRK would be net zero in emissions by 2024, first let me ask here, how many of you know about the concept of net zero? So I guess 3-4 hands. So imagine one of the members from here comes up and declares that I will be net zero. You all will have a question, right? When you have a question, you talk more. When you talk more, you discuss and you also learn. Similarly, in the diamond industry, we said that we will be net zero. So India as a government has committed in the last COP meeting that was held that India will be net, as a country, net zero by 2075. 2075, which is almost 50 plus years from today. And there are many corporates like they declare that their net zero emissions target by 2030, 2040. And when we say it's 2024, I mean it's now when you reconnect, we are doing it only 1 year from today. Net zero emissions is, as a company, how much energy we are using, how much water we are using, how much waste management that we have. We will be netting all of them. So if we are using fuel, we'll be netting it with the green fuel. If we are using, the biggest for diamond industry is electricity. And for electricity, we'll be going 100% solarified electricity. We'll be having solar farms for 1 crore electric meter points. So that is the target that we'll be achieving in next 1 year. And that's when we will have a global net zero certification from GNFC, which is the institute. So when we do this in 2024, you all will witness that a company from Surat, which would probably become the first in the world to get this certification. And when we lead the whole industry towards this direction, we are in last whole year, all our trade shows, all our marketing campaign was explaining about net zero. So when we explain the whole industry about net zero, the industry also learns. And you will also yourself see in next 1 year, many diamond companies committing to this. And we are ready to even consult others to do, we are also able to guide them properly. So this is what I am trying to say as a leadership position. We are not interested in taking leadership position in terms of numbers, turnover, sales, that's fine. God willing, that will also happen and we'll continue to do that. But if we are able to take a responsible leadership within the industry, that's when we are doing our bit. And that's the vision of SRK. So, if I have to summarize, we begin with MSME, right? So, what does MSME now mean? It's making India smart, magnificent, and entrepreneurial. So that's how I begin, where entrepreneurial is all about your honesty, your discipline in the company. Magnificent is all about growth, prospering, aligning with government, their vision and their principles. And smart is by implementing all the digital things that are available today. On the sidelines, I would like to introduce my father's book to all of you. Of course, I would not like to talk or more boost about this because it's available online. You can take it. And it's all about morals. His life throughout, if you saw in our video, he was coming up with one story. And throughout his life, even what we as a next generation has learned from him is all about morals. So be true to yourself. He came with zero from our village, Dudhala in Amreli. And today, if we are doing turnover in rupee terms about 16,000 crores annually, that is without any hindrance to truth. We follow 100% truth, transparency in our organization. So each of our people 6,000 people working. When they are in front of their computer, they know how much they are earning with the diamond that they are polishing or the diamond that they are processing. So when they touch a diamond, they know if I am processing this stone, how much money I am going to earn out of it. So when their salary is also transparent, similarly our customers, they also have 100% transparency of the diamonds that they are buying. They see image, video, plus our own grading. You all might have heard of the diamond grading laboratories, which is GIA. Also there is IGI and HRD. So these laboratories combine only tell us about 6 to 8 parameters of the stone, only 6 to 8 characteristics of the stone, whereas our internal grading system gives more than 20 parameters. And the combination of this 20 goes into millions. So we give that much detailed truth to our customers. And that's where our honesty and our truthfulness come into. We have a policy of HIT, which is HIT policy, honesty, integrity and transparency. That's what we follow throughout the organization. And we don't want to earn a penny out of our people, out of our customers. So we have a fixed price policy in the diamonds that we sell throughout the world to any category of customer, whether he's, and our system is designed in such a way where we make an invoice worth $700, also an invoice worth $2 million. And both the customers get same service, same facility and same transparency. So that does not differ, and same price also. Now throughout my life, all the characters that my life has built, of course, is my father himself, my family, but that is all summarized in this book. Apart from this book, I would recommend that if you want to build a very sustainable, long-term business, which you can pass on to your next generation, just like my father did, I would recommend that you read these books by, if given chance and if you are a book reader. Creation of Wealth is all about Tata story, where from the beginning of Tatas to today, how they are known as nation builders is all in it. And that's when I got inspired from it, that we should not now only be working for diamonds. We should be working towards government's goal and matching it with, nation building. How can we help in that? 1 Minute Manager is all about managing your daily things. How do you manage your people? Steve Jobs, we all know, and the technology, the innovation part will spark out of this book. Built to Last and Good to Great. These two books are in sync, and the last book is Built to Last. There are 3 books in this series. I have read 2, so I'm only mentioning about 2 books, not the 3rd book. And some movies that, of course, you can watch. You must have watched these movies, but there's a lot to learn. Rice movie, if you ignore all the negative parts, but it has good confidence for any leader. The way he does business, the confidence that he has. Hum Saath Saath you all would have seen. That's my favorite because I enjoy the family part of it, how we live in one family. Today, I'm very proud to tell you that we, of course, live in a joint family, and where we live, we had 4 houses in one compound. 2 houses we just broke down, and we are making new. So 45 members of our family are living in 2 houses. So you can guess 25 in one and 25 in other. Even though we have, thank you very much, sorry for that. We have few other houses, but everybody wants to live together in that. There will be discomfort, there will be disturbance, and today, people, all youngsters ask for space. They want space everywhere. Here we are staying 25 members in one house, so no space, no personal time still, and we have only one TV in the house. No private room TVs, only one in the hall, and that is also least watched. We don't see news. I mean, news now you have on the phone, so we don't need to see TV for any reason. And Wolf of Wall Street, all the tactics, the sales part of the business, you can learn from this movie. And 3 Idiots is, you all must have seen this movie, but again, what I like the most about it is that just go with the flow. The confidence that Amir Khan is showing in the movie. And even though without any admission on his name, he was just behind studies. He wanted to do what he did. So that's all that I wanted to recommend. Thank you very much for having me here and taking all your time, especially I ate a lot of your dinner time, and I would not want to keep you waiting for long. But still, if you have any questions that I can answer, I'm not sure I know everything, but I'll try my best to satisfy your needs. Thank you.
I don't have a question really. I'm pretty sure all of us have great takeaways from that. And very honestly, we seldom do get speakers who also share movies. So thank you for that also.
Thank you.
But very honestly, a couple of takeaways that I have personally, I think, and my learnings
You want to come here? Maybe.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah?
of course. So a couple of my takeaways from your presentation. One of the things that kind of really inspired me was about, it's not the attrition rate really, right? But how are you able to 10x your business with the same amount of people by investing in digital technologies and, being ready with what is the change in the market. I think that's a fabulous learning that is there. Couple of other things, give back to society. Like you get inspired by the Tatas and what they do in nation building, and that's what you got inspired by. I think it's a very big fundamental. At Access also, we have a foundation that, caters to a lot of work that we do on giving back to the society. May not be as high as 10% of your net profits, but it is a substantial amount of contribution that we do. We adopt villages and we do a lot of work around it. So that's, I think, a common theme between our organizations, but I want to congratulate you for that. The other one is the discipline part. And I think that is my personal favorite because, whenever I talk to my team members and my colleagues, I always tell them, and this is a favorite word of mine, saying you have to have a framework for everything that you do. Without a framework, you can be doing 50 things, but it might not make sense to you. And the advantage of building framework is that even if 80% of your team members align to that, you are on a successful model. The story is to how to align those 80% of them to do that framework. So consistency, evolution of those processes is, I think, key. And
Bijay bhai, I would like to add here that giving back to people and principles or the discipline. So of course we all know about PFs and we all have to do it as a compulsory thing. But PFs are not compulsory for contracted laborers. But we implemented PFs voluntarily for all 6,000 people, including the contracted laborers. So this would be the first of itself example in the industry also.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And last but not the least is really about the investment that you need to build out of your kitty for future development, and I think that's a great learning. It doesn't matter which industry you're a part of, right? It doesn't matter. You don't have to be a part of the diamond business. You can be a part of any other business line. But the changes that is happening in the industry, in the markets, with the evolution of newer ways to do it. And I think pandemic, like I mentioned, was an opportunity.
Yes.
Like your business evolved from, I think, 75 to about 95 now.
Yeah.
And got enhanced due to pandemic. I think in pandemic, the MSMEs have changed the way they are looking at things.
Yes.
And that has been the biggest learning. So right now, and
That's
one
where
of
the biggest employment was.
Absolutely,
1 crore in employment.
Exactly. And also my learning of this entire journey has been that the pandemic has taught us one thing, that you can never be sure. Right? Anything can happen. I think we are all much more readier now than what we used to be prior to that.
Right, yes.
Probably we were taking a lot of things for more granted, which we don't do that. So I really thank you very much for all your
Vijay,
inspiration
sir.
on this.
Thank you.
In our future careers and the way as MSME do their businesses. Now I'd request Mr. Thaplial to please come on stage, and Geography Head, Western Region, Mr. Ranjit Barnwal, to please come on stage. Will for a small felicitation to Mr. Dholakia, please. So kindly accept this small bouquet of flowers from us for sharing your insights and valuable time with us in Evolve 22. Thank you, sir. As we draw towards the end of a wonderful session, I would like to thank Mr. Dholakia for sharing his valuable insights, and to all our guests for taking out their valuable time to attend this session. I hope this session was useful, and we shall ensure we will come back to you next year with a new theme, so we all can evolve together. Before we end this session, your thoughts are very valuable to us, and once again I request you to please fill the forms and submit the same at the registration desk. And without taking much of your time now, I request all of you to please join us for dinner. Thank you. Thank you for being a wonderful guest.